Hey, what's up everybody? This is Naris. Got another Starcraft 2 broadcast here for you today. This time we've got Jimpo of Team SK Gaming spawning down in the bottom left as the Red Terran against ActionJesuz himself, spawning as the Blue Zerg in the top right. We are going to be watching this match take place on Shakuras Plateau. A little bit of introduction for these players, for those of you who are not familiar with them. ActionJesuz, this guy, he's a character, let me just tell you. This guy is pretty well known for attending a DreamHack tournament, Starcraft 2 of course, and six-pooling his way through like 3/4 of the darn thing. And I don't remember exactly what round he made it to, but I know he made it through several of them with just six-pooling, but no, wait. There was one time where he did a 7-pool, and I think he transitioned into roaches after that. But still, it was a really funny thing to watch. And if you check out his Wikipedia page, which you can find in the video description below, you can see there's a lot of funny pictures made about him. It's got a little picture with Jesus knocking on the door. Knock knock, who's there? 6 Zerglings. LOL. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. So this guy, he makes me laugh really hard when I see him play and do all kinds of wonky stuff. Oh, he also played a match where he did, I think, an in-base proxy hatchery against Sake in like a round of 64 in some tournament, I forgot what. But either way, it was just, this guy cracks me up. He's my type of Zerg. Now down here, Jimpo, he is equally as lulzy. There was a game that I cast about 2 months ago, something like that, where he was playing against, again, Sake, actually. And Sake had a whole bunch of, I think, Void Rays in Jimpo's base. And Jimpo actually managed to fire off a defensive nuke and take out all of Sake's forces in Jimpo's base because Sake did not have any sound on, so he didn't hear the noise, he didn't see the dot, and so that was just an oh my god barbecue game. So yeah, pretty interesting players here. I'm actually really happy to see both these guys fighting. I'm hoping we're going to have some crazy shenanigans here today. Let's actually look at the game for a little bit here. We do have Jimpo opening up with a pretty traditional opener. We got the gas, the barracks, the depot. So obviously not going for that 2 racks fast expand, going for that factory. It looks like it may go with a 1-1-1 build, or maybe also we could see him go with some Hellion harassment. Now this map, obviously players do like to expand really early on it. We're seeing that ActionJesuz going for exactly that, hatchery popping as we speak. And looking up here, we can see he's already got the gas, looking pretty good, does not have the metabolic boost upgrade on the way. But we can probably expect to see that in a little bit. He did go for that really early expansion build. Again, it's Shakuras Plateau, man. This is just something you've got to expect. The natural is actually pretty easy to defend. You can see the ramp right here, actually kind of small, and it is immediately accessible from the main base. So seeing ActionJesuz take full advantage of that, good stuff there. And now we got a couple Marines from Jimpo, also an SCV, heading over to the Xel'Naga Tower. He may go put a little bit of pressure on his opponent. I don't know how well that's going to work. It would be kind of difficult to get up here. I'd say impossible to put a bunker up here at this point. Combination of the spine crawler, which is just about done now, and the creep's going to extend all the way out, which means you're going to be in a little corner. There's no way that it's really going to be able to happen. He may decide to put one down here, but again, you don't want to have a bunker on the low ground when you're running up there. You got a spine crawler good to go, and already a bunch of drones as well. But with the inclusion of the Hellion now in the field, this is going to change things a little bit. He's going to be able to get around this spine crawler, maybe pull it out of position, make it lift up, and then run past it. You see right now what Jimpo's trying to do is bait the queen out, do anything that he can. You see the queen did run down, but is heading back up there. And now, you know, he's just going to continue to field some forces here, kind of hang out at the watchtowers, keep an eye on the middle of the map, but not be super aggressive at this point. ActionJesuz realizing, all right, well, there's a pretty considerable amount of Terran forces around. I better go out and see if I can capture one of the watchtowers. Not going to happen. 2 Hellions, more than enough of a match for those Zerglings to take them out without too much trouble. Now here comes a little bit better response here from ActionJesuz. Wants to try to take out Watch. Oh man! Zergling's almost getting us around on one of the Hellions. They are able to get out though. Jimpo going in full retaliation, looking for those Zerglings. Not going to happen, though. Look at that. He did not leave any units at the southern Zelnaga watchtower. Zerglings are running past the other Terran units, and we're just hanging out up here because of the medevac, and it looks like he's going to try to airlift them straight up, and here's ActionJesuz with all of his Zerglings down here. Let's take a look at the Terran defenses. You see, we did hear some Banelings over here, so he will be able to bust up this ramp. There's not a lot going on. You see Jimpo is actually supply blocked right now, while he is continuing to lift up his forces using the one medevac. There we go, final 3 coming up here right now. Here come the Zergling response from ActionJesuz, getting a good surround on the Hellions, taking out a lot of these units. You see the Banelings are still hanging around down here, ready to bust in at a moment's notice. Not a lot of units to follow up with, though. We are seeing Jimpo press forward again with the Hellions and the Marines that were able to survive, taking out the Queen and the Zerglings. Oh man, this is a lot of damage for ActionJesuz and also Jimpo. Both these guys suffering some pretty heavy losses there during that attack. Poor little Marine getting left behind. Oh man, managed to pick him up the last second there. See him all dinged up and bruised. Will he be able to actually get this Queen 2 health? Oh man, I'm sure Jimpo is just not happy about that. But here comes the counterattack from ActionJesuz coming up to meet with the Banelings right now. Looking down here, you can see, all right, we got an SCV coming down, throw down that bunker. But, oh, man, this is just... Oh, even though the ramp's down. Oh, he did pick it up. Baneling bust right through the supply depot, and now Jimpo has a bunch of links and blinks in the base right now. Look at all those Banelings taking out so many units. Oh my god, it's just a massacre in Jimpo's base right now. Hellions firing, doing anything they can. So many SCVs. Banshee is just firing away, but you see with ActionJesuz in here, man, he is just seriously bringing the pain down here to this base. Depot goes down, that goes down. Oh man, it is just a world of hurt down here. Even might actually take out the tech lab before that Banshee is able to take out all of those Zerglings. That'll set Jimpo back just a little bit. Yep, sure enough, there we go. Banshee will pop out, but that's going to be it. Jimpo throwing down the depot, trying to once again isolate these Zerglings, keep them away. Whew, man, I'll tell you, this is some pretty heavy losses right here. You see the worker count right now, 2 to 19. Jimpo has 2 workers, 60 minerals per minute, and now it's going to be a whopping 0 as that SCV is forced to run around. I'm sorry, 20, forgive me. There we go, 2 mules dropping down. That's going to help kickstart his economy a little bit there. But you see ActionJesuz going in for the kill. Got a whole bunch more Zerglings coming down here. You can see just exactly how many as we speak. And there comes a Banshee, or 2 actually. Going to try to pick off some of these Zerglings. But I'll tell you what, if he turns those into Banelings, then he will be able to bust this up again. This time Jimpo does have the Hellion ready to go. Also a couple Marines. I think he has a second Hellion down there. Yeah, sure enough he does. Still no Blue Flame upgrade just yet, but at this point, man, he has got better things to spend his money on, like more ways to get money. Seeing exactly that. 2 more mules coming down, seeing his economy shoot right back up to where he needs it to be. Get over as many SCVs as possible and strengthen that wall. Having those 2 Banshees out, though, is really going to help him stay in this game. The problem is, though, ActionJesuz, while all this is going on, you see, he's just teching up. He's got his economy looking great. He's got 31 drones right now compared to 10 SCVs. You know, looking at the army size, 30 to 52, and wow, that's just going to be a pain to come back from for Jimpo. You can see 34 workers killed on the side of ActionJesuz compared to only 2 killed for Jimpo. So he is definitely going to have some makeup work to do here. Probably going out to check out the watchtower. Here come a couple Banshees. Now, he's going to have to get in here and do some serious damage. Delay the Zerg if he wants to really have a serious chance of coming back in this game. Yes, for now, he is walled off. He is good to go in that regard. But as time goes by, you're going to see this gap grow even wider. And here's the Queens, ready to defend with the Zerg player now in Tier 2. You can see in about 2 or 3 seconds there, he'll actually be able to make some Overseers and really just completely negate any sort of cloaking that could happen later on down the road. Even the Starport's starting to take some hits there. ActionJesuz with the Zerglings coming down once again, knocking at the door, saying what's up, and taking out the structures. Still have a couple Jimpo Banshees hanging out in the midfield here, not doing too terribly much. You can see neither player is controlling the watchtowers at this point. ActionJesuz probably thinking to himself, alright, I'm sitting pretty good right now, you know? I got the lair, I've got the evolution chamber down here, going to kind of make a nice little choke point. and he's got plenty of gas income right now. You could see he's working on all 4 geysers, so he's going to be able to throw up that spire. You see that's coming up right now. A little bit of meter harassment here will do some wonders against the Terran economy, and really at this point the Terran's options are kind of limited. All he can do right now is just continue to build up his forces and try to build, you can see right here, the Hellions. This will be great against the Zerglings that we've seen so far, but what we don't see in the unit composition for the Terran player is anything really to deal with the muta play that we're going to be seeing here in just a little while. Of course, he could go ahead and continue to pump those Marines, but I'm not really sure he's going to be able to catch up at this point. The Spire is just about complete, and we do have another expansion going down for ActionJesuz. So that's just going to further solidify his economic advantage here. There's that Blue Flame upgrade we were talking about a little while ago. Again, great thing. You see ActionJesuz, most of his units are light. Actually, all of them are right now. 60 workers to 28, folks. That is still going to be incredibly difficult to come back from. Jimpo not really using the Banshees too much on the mineral lines. But the thing to keep in mind, number 1, you've got queens littered all around ActionJesuz base, so that's going to help out a lot. Number 2, spore crawlers. Again, very small investment will help negate a lot of potential harassment that could be coming from the Terran player. So here we go, Jimpo going to be coming over into the Zerg base, but there are a large number of mutas already on the field. You see Jimpo realizes that he's going to press forward anyway, splitting up the Hellions. Great move there, going to be trying to come into the natural, but you see he's focusing down the Queen. A lot of those drones could have already been destroyed, and oh man, look at this, ActionJesuz losing even more drones up here. The Queen is the only thing. Wow, can you believe how many drones just went down? The entire main base just lost all of its drones, but 1 hanging out in the extractor. Oh wow, look at how many he just killed. Down to 12 drones, folks. Very, very nicely handled. We could see now 49 to 35. So Jimpo definitely pressed forward, trying to stall his opponent, who you see still is sitting pretty darn good on the way of tech right now. I got to close that there before I forget about it. But here come the Mutalisks. This is going to be a little bit of a problem, I think, for Jimpo. You see, he doesn't have a lot in the way. He has anti-air, yes. You can see it covers the gas. Covers right here. Good. But you see, he could come in here with those mutas and pop in, pop SCV right here, have it bounce around, do a lot of damage that way. He could just go ahead and directly engage the turret. It's not easy to repair right there because you got minerals on one side, gas on the other. This one a lot easier to repair. See, SCVs can get a full quick surround on that. Good stuff. And you see Jimpo now realizing probably a little bit better idea to bring this turret inward just a tiny bit. So that's going to help him out in a few minutes. I have a little bit of lag here. I do apologize for that. Jimpo, nice little wall here, looking pretty good. All right, good stuff. More mutas going to be coming in for ActionJesuz, heading into the main this time. We see a supply depot that's not really under the cover of a turret. Nice little muta handling there, taking that out super quick. Looking down in the main mineral line, we could see right here, pretty vulnerable. 1 turret could probably take that out without too much trouble. Nice response by Jimpo, getting that Thor out like that. The problem with the Thor is that with the Magic Boxman, you can really negate a lot of the damage potential that Thor has. With the splash damage and just how many missiles he actually fires, you could see it's 4 shots there, 12 damage per missile against light. So they can do tons of damage if they can actually hit all the mutas, which we'll have to see how ActionJesuz muta micro is here. Going to be coming down into the Terran base again. Heading down towards the mineral line. Thor is still right up there. Looks like it is taking a pretty good number of hits there. It's pulling out those mutas. Probably a good idea at this point. Combination of the missile turrets, the SCVs down here. You got enough to repair it at least. Really just going to help fend off that attack. Alright, there we go. Recycling that. Good stuff there. Jimpo maybe actually deciding to head out, and he's bringing the SCVs with him. That's actually a really good idea at this point. He's going to have to keep that Thor alive. Those Marines could die pretty darn quick to it. Just a couple Banelings. He's probably keeping that in mind. He doesn't know for sure, but oh, the SCV is running right into the Roaches without any of the Siege Tank or Marine fire to cover for them. That is an early loss that Jimpo does not want to have happen right now. So far, Jimpo has made a fantastic recovery getting back into this game here with the utter decimation of the mineral line for ActionJesuz. But it remains to be seen here if he's actually going to be able to follow it up with a very strong attack. Now, there are a number of roaches here. Look at that. So very many roaches come down here and focus down the siege tanks first. There they go. And probably the Thor next. Yep, sure enough. And with the inclusion of the mutas in this attack, it's just going to force a GG, allowing ActionJesuz to take this game. So very strong showing by ActionJesuz. Also very, very solid comeback with this so many workers killed on both sides. You can see 56 to 63. The total units lost for this game, 120 to 203. All right, so that's going to be it for this game, folks. And just a last second check, you can see the APM right there, 157 to 120. I don't know why I felt like throwing that in, but I just figured, hey, why not? All right, so let's hopefully get some more StarCraft 2 games here. I'm going to try to record a bunch more today. All right, and I'll see. I love saying that because every time people say that, or people think that, they always think I'm going to sound copy husky. I know it bugs you because you want me to do it, but no, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. You know why? Because I have a turtle on my head.